Good morning folks, and welcome to the channel. And as today is now the 3rd of January 2024, may I take this opportunity to wish everyone a very happy new year. So, a new year and a new Baofeng. Yep, there's a new kid on the block, folks, and here it is. And some of you may be saying, well, what are you talking about? Surely that's just your old Baofeng BF18H. Well, no it isn't, because this is my Baofeng BF18H. So what's going on here? We got two identical radios? Well, they certainly look identical, but they aren't, because this is the new kid on the block, and it is called the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max. So, what's new about this new kid on the block? Is it just a rebodied BF18H, or is there more to it? Well, to put that into some context, I think we have to introduce a third radio into the picture here, which is this one here. Now this one is the Baofeng UV17 Pro GPS. Now when this radio burst onto the market, it created quite a stir and became a very popular radio due to the feature set that it had. Not only was it multiband receive, 3-band transmit, it also had airband receive capability, and one of the key features of the 17 Pro GPS was, as its name suggested, it has a built-in GPS module. So with this radio, you were able to track your location via GPS. And this made the Baofeng UV17 Pro GPS a very popular radio. And it even has its own Facebook group of dedicated followers to this particular radio. And for quite some time it was unique in having that feature set and having the GPS module built into it. I don't think there was any other Baofeng model that had that particular feature until the new kid on the block came along. Yes, indeed, the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max has now got GPS built into it. So there you go. That's the difference. Same body style as the BF18H. I've done a bit on that on a previous video of mine if you want to check back. But basically the old BF18H and the Baofeng UV17 Pro GPS were pretty much identical specification wise. The only difference being was that the BF18H did not have a GPS module in it. Otherwise, the two radios were functionally the same. They had airband receive, they had the multiband frequencies, even the programming software that you used to program them was the same. And for quite a while, these were the two options if you wanted multiband receive and airband. Of course, since then there's been a few more Baofengs added to the list that have airband receive, but the UV17 Pro GPS was still unique in that it was the only one that had a GPS module built into it. But all that has changed because of the introduction of this new radio, the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max, which I've just acquired. And this one is now exactly the same spec as the UV17 Pro GPS. It has GPS module built into it and is able to plot your location via GPS if you require that function, of course. So an interesting new kid on the block. The one thing to note about it is that the GPS module itself is located on the top of the radio. Now we can see on the top here where normally there would be a flashlight on the old BF18H, which is this one. We can see the flashlight quite clearly on the top there. On the new UV-18 Pro Max, there's no flashlight anymore. The flashlight has been replaced by a GPS module on the top. So we've lost the flashlight. So when I say the spec between the UV17 Pro GPS and the Pro Max is the same, it's not entirely true, because the UV17 Pro GPS still has the flashlight on the bottom of the radio. So we've still got a flashlight if that's important to you. The bottom of the 18 Pro Max, there's no flashlight. There's no flashlight anywhere on this radio anymore. We've sacrificed the flashlight for the inclusion of the GPS module. So, interesting that we now have two Baofeng models that have a GPS module included in them. Other than that, the menu structure, everything on the two radios is still identical. If we turn it on, we've still got what I refer to as the Barry White voice on it, the rather unique sounding voice. The menu structure is still the same as the UV17 Pro GPS. If we go into the menu, we can see that here we have, bank, scan, radio setting. That's the GNSS is for setting up your GPS module.
9 p.m.
And of course the program channel, radio information, etc. So the menu structure on the new 18 Pro Max is exactly the same as the menu structure on the Baofeng UV-17 Pro GPS. As we can see, bank, scan, radio setting, GNSS, program channel, radio info, it's exactly the same. So both radios have exactly the same menu structure, and as we can see, the screen on them is also exactly the same. We have the blue screen with the white font. I know it looks slightly dark here because of the lighting, but it is actually blue. I know when I bought this radio on AliExpress, the screen depicted on there was actually black with a white font. But if you buy this radio, you will be rewarded with the blue screen and white font, exactly the same as the UV17 Pro GPS. They are identical. I'll just change the setting here on the screen so that we don't lose the backlight here. If we go in there. There we go. You can change it to always on which is will do there, and then we won't keep losing our backlight there, so you can see the screen on it. But again, as I say, it's the two radios now. We have two versions of Baofengs that have GPS functionality built into them. The only difference is that the 18 Pro Max is lacking a flashlight, as the flashlight that previously was on the top there has now been replaced by the GPS module. If you want the flashlight capability, then you'll have to buy the 17 Pro GPS, as it retains the flashlight on the base there. So very, very interesting new addition to the Baofeng lineup here with the 18 Pro Max. I did touch briefly on the programming software, and both of these radios are now supported by Chirp. If you wish to program them via Chirp, the 18 Pro Max and the 17 Pro GPS are now included in Chirp. If you wish to program the Pro Max via Chirp, then you have to select the UV17 Pro, or rather the UV-18 Pro in beg your pardon. In Chirp, you have to select the UV17 Pro GPS. If you're using the CPS software to program the 18 Pro Max, then in the drop-down selection, you have to select the UV-18 Pro, not the UV-17 Pro, the UV-18 Pro. And that's if you're using the CPS software to program the radio. The version of the CPS software that I use is the modified version of the CPS software developed by Terry Kennedy, who has done fantastic work on that software for programming the radio, and has included some extra features in it. To the point where I actually prefer Terry's version of the programming software to Chirp, but that's up to the individual, of course, as to what you want to do. It has a couple of extra features, and I've noted that the Chirp software has a couple of small bugs in it there when you go to program the radio. You may have a couple of tones and things being set that you don't actually want, so I would recommend that you use the Terry Kennedy's CPS software, which is available for download from miclore.com. So yeah, we have a new kid on the block. We finally have a rival to the Baofeng UV-17 Pro GPS. Both radios are GPS capable. To enable the GPS function, of course, you must go into the menu, make sure that the GPS is actually turned on. So that's the top choice there. We go in there, we can make sure that the GPS function is turned on. Select on or off as you wish. If you're not using GPS, I would actually recommend that you leave it switched off, because it does cause a bit of a drain on the battery otherwise. So if you're not using GPS or you don't intend to use it, then I would recommend that you leave it turned off. But if you do want to use it, then the first thing you got to do is you've got to go into the menu and turn that function on if it's not turned on by default already. You will see a little GPS icon up in the top, that little red dot there up in the very top corner, top of the menu. That indicates that the GPS is actually turned on. And to enable GPS, it's the same in both radios. It involves the top right hand button. You have to give the top right hand button a long press, and there you're into GPS mode, and the radio is actually searching for your location on the GPS. It can take quite a while to acquire a satellite depending on where you are. I mean, I'm indoors at the minute and I'm not receiving a particularly good signal, so if you were outside you would probably stand a better chance of acquiring satellite much more quickly than if you're indoors. But as I say, the radio is now in GPS mode and it's searching for your location. You can go into the various displays on there, and it will eventually acquire your GPS position. So that's basically the functionality. I'm not going to go into it in great detail. I'm not an expert on it, to be honest, and it's not a feature that I particularly use myself, but it will give you your GPS location, and you can transmit your GPS location to another GPS-enabled Baofeng radio. The functionality is exactly the same in the UV17 Pro GPS. Again, you've got to make sure that the GPS function is switched on in the menu. Then just hold down your top right hand button. In this case, the 17 Pro GPS, it's a blue button. So if you hold that down, it should again take you into your GPS, and again it will acquire your position via the satellites. Might take a while, but it will do that. So again, just a quick video really to say that there is a new kid on the block. The UV17 Pro GPS finally has a rival in the shape of the UV-18 Pro Max, a GPS enabled ham radio. So if you want to look out for that one, I bought it on AliExpress. There seem to be a few sellers on there. I will leave a link in the description of the seller that I bought it from. Just a note on that the seller I bought it from actually took quite a while to deliver it from China, but it did get here eventually in good condition, so I can't really complain, and I did order it over the Christmas period, so that's probably explains why it took quite a while to come. But again, two options now for multiband radios with airband capability and GPS capability. We now have two options, either the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max or the Baofeng UV-17 Pro GPS. Basically identical spec radios with exactly the same functionality, and the only difference really is the body styling as to which one you prefer. Both USB chargeable at the back, of course. You can see the little USB charging port on the rear, and the screw-in type battery. So there you have it, folks. A new kid on the block. Is one better than the other? Well, basically the functionality is pretty much identical in both of them. It's really down to the individual as to which body style they prefer. The only thing I would say about the Pro Max and the 17 is that they come with this sort of little standard rubber duck antenna, and I have replaced that with Nagoya 771 because the standard rubber duck antenna isn't really the best. It'll do the job, but it's not a great antenna, and I would recommend that anyone who buys either of these radios replaces the standard rubber duck antenna with a better one. The one that I like personally is the Nagoya 771. So it's up to yourself what you want to do that. But there you are. Two new two radios with identical functionality, but a different body style, so it's up to the individual as to which one they want to go for. I've noted that the BF18H, the one without GPS in it, it's very hard to actually get that model now. I don't know whether it was a limited production run or not, but the BF18H, I haven't seen it for sale anywhere anymore, so maybe this is the successor to it. The exact same body, minus the flashlight on the top, which has been replaced by a GPS module. So you might want to look out for this radio, the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max. Make sure you get that particular model because it's the one that has the same functionality as the UV17 Pro GPS. So just a quick video to let you know that this radio does actually exist and about the functionality on it. I say multiband, airband and GPS enabled on both of these radios now. So we now have a choice as to which radio you can buy, and it's down to personal preference because I say the functionality is exactly the same, only difference being no flashlight on this one and flashlight on that one. So if that's important to you, well then you know which one to go for. But anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this brief video, just a quick introduction to the new kid on the block, the Baofeng UV-18 Pro Max. And if you can look out for that on AliExpress if you want to purchase it there. So thanks for watching the video, my first video of 2024. Hope you enjoyed it, folks, and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Don't forget to give me a like if you want, and subscribe to the channel if you want as well. Very nice talking to all my subscribers again, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But bye for now.